Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Daily Dharma. My name's Dina with Empressivewarrior. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you more than you know. Thanks for joining. Let's go ahead and sync up just a little bit here, take in some of that great energetic smudge, and let's take some deep breaths. Cleansing, clearing from whatever we're bringing into the moment, setting our intentions for a clear reading with guidance. So we do have some pre-messages here from the Mixed Kali Kuan Yin deck. Underneath the deck from the Kuan Yin, we have number 29, Sound the Fierce Flute. This card is very much about a rising vibration, and as many of you will know, the higher and higher your vibration gets, the harder it is to maintain relationships or to hold belief patterns that conflict with that raising awareness that we hold. And so then old partnerships, old friendships, and old connections and ways of being begin to fall to the wayside. It's the power of the clearer, perfect, more perfect pitch and harmony inherent to our voice, to our words, to the things that we feel, think, see, and give voice to. And with the fierce flute, it's like there's something that could be seen as triggering for those that are not at that level. And this is more like breaking through some type of boundary or some type of limitation or glass ceiling, breaking through the normal din, so to speak, and broadcasting a very clear and unmistakable pitch, I want to say. So maybe you're making a pitch in front of a group or working with a group using a platform. There's something here that is being vibrationally put into the ethers, and it looks like it's something rising up from within you. And so it's kind of disintegrating some of the boundaries or masked energies around you, bringing forward the truth and clarity that you hold. So the two that actually came out, one from each deck. The Kuan Yin card is Shining Lotus, 26, and the Fierce Flute was 29. Shining Lotus is about, in this reading, I believe, more so about becoming more comfortable gaining attention. It's like with this declaration, with this new vibrational resonance that's kind of shattering any type of illusions, breaking through the veil, now you're gaining a bit more attention for what lies beneath any type of social persona or masking here, and you're being witnessed in your more authentic grace and your more vulnerable self. And in this case, the Shining Lotus is talking about being enlightened with the lotus, being gently enlightened. And the shining part is about being radiant and enlightened. So there's this luminous, expansive blooming process. And it's like she's gotten up on some type of platform here and just kind of resting gently. It's as though to say, this is a very feminine inspired message, even though it's very clear and decisive here, mincing no words, so to speak. There's definitely the compassion and the beauty and grace of the Empress or Priestess energy here when we have this Shining Lotus, because of the way that she's so passively stanced here, but also stealing the show. She is the center of attention in some way here. And so with those two, it's almost like there's some type of discomfort with you. I've heard different people call this the reluctant star type of an energy, where it's like, for instance, in my distant past, I would often notice as a younger person when I started getting into the job force that I would often be elevated up to these supervisory positions of leadership and so on. And I couldn't quite figure it out, but it was because I knew a lot. I was somebody that gained a lot of attention for doing my own things, setting my own vibrational resonance, following my own truth instead of the uh, other people that might make decisions based on people being their friend or gaining cohorts or something such as that. So it's like there's an element of integrity and moral character shining through here as well. Informed and intuitive and strong character makes for a very powerful impact, and it does break through people's resistance. So the third and final card from that dual deck is from the Kali deck, and it's number 5, Guna Tantrika. So we have a couple of chakras shown here. I do not necessarily remember the Sanskrit symbols for the chakras, but I recognize the top one is the Om symbol. And I think that Om is the vibration of the heart. And I believe that the next one down is this Manipura. I believe that's the solar plexus. And this then would be sacral chakra. So potentially. But with that big red ball behind there, and it's also disintegrating here, it seems like there's something like we were talking about, breaking through illusions, breaking through the din. There's this smoke cloud here that's sort of dissipating and evaporating, and this structure here, this unit, is being deconstructed here. There's a bit of fallout happening. So in this card, I did look in the book, they talk about the 3 levels. So I'll just read briefly. It says the Divine Mother manifests the cure for when we're feeling overwhelmed or confused, or when we're falling apart or locked into stagnation. She's the superior medicine. Even when we may not be sure what's needed to bring ourselves back into balance, she holds the answers. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not to do next. Trust that a better order is being established. So we have that reaffirmation of trust 2 or 3 times just right in there. And so it's talking about trusting the process, going with the flow, and that we're being guided and guarded. So if this is coming through as you falling out of favor with a group because of your truth, or someone else moving away from a group, I think that at all times we're kind of renegotiating based on our resonance and our choices and our vibrational truth, what comes next for each of us. And so certain people will be coming together, and other people will be leaving groups and going to meet up elsewhere in whatever or resonates with their soul. So here it says, she generates and regulates the 3 inherent qualities within all phenomena, including within our mind, body, and soul. These 3 qualities are known as the 3 gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. As sattva, Kali is the peaceful detachment and the contentment in the moment. So the allowing and going with the flow, right? And then the second, she's also the fire of the rajas, the energy for taking action and for also hustling for our sacred manifestation. So not only knowing and trusting the flow, but actually doing what's required to make sure that we're going in our perfect direction, which looks like that's what we're speaking for and being seen as here with this light on display for more individuals here. When our actions rest upon a pure-hearted foundation, our activities can become enlightened, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings, even if we don't always recognize the positive and far-reaching impact of our actions at the time. So, just inserting here also that there's some kind of reluctancy to take some type of position or stance here. But you're the one for the job is what I'm kind of hearing. And if there's something that you feel has humble beginnings, or that there's some type of deficit in your character that you're seeing, or some type of not seeing the results that you wished for or expected out of something, you're being told to be patient and to keep on using your voice, to keep on shining brightly, that humble beginnings, that as long as you continue to base your actions and your voice and your vibration upon that pure-hearted foundation, that your enlightened actions and behaviors and speech is creating that positive, far-reaching impact upon others. So trust it, even if that evidence and confirmation isn't coming back. I think that part of the enlightenment process is, even when no one's listening, even when no one's watching, but there's always something and someone watching, right? The inner self, the observer. Even when we're undetectable or shrouded, the integrity and character of doing the right thing, feeling the right thing, resolving any discrepancies between the heart and the mind, and challenging your own thought patterns and behaviors in that moment creates more and more enlightenment. And that's its own radiance. So even when you need to slow down and heal, ground yourself and regroup, then Kali becomes the tamas, the heaviness that allows energy to settle. And that's, I think, what we're being reminded of, is to just keep doing the sacred work, that it is ultimately its own fulfillment and benefit, but that if we're consistent and committed to the higher vibration that is our destiny and purest divine longing here, there is sometimes going to be that temporary inertia that stills momentum, allowing for deep restoration and renewal, to believe and to feel and to integrate that fullness here. Have faith. So it says also, the freedom to take rest helps us to stay the course for however long is needed to manifest our destiny without becoming desperate, despairing, or exhausted, and having the courage to drop our attachment to external support systems and even our own plans. Then we become increasingly able to allow, rather than trying to direct and control the manifestation of that divine plan as if we know best, right? If we can call upon her now, Kali strengthens those qualities within us. Listen to your heart for her guidance. Do you need to be peaceful, to take action, to let go and regroup? Your inner wisdom is her voice guiding you. So also, if you're looking to kind of shift and change some aspect of your presentation or character, if that's within your heart, do so. But if you're doing it because you think that there is something going on with ego, or the need to connect or become more relevant to others, I think you need to stay in your heart space, and the right people are finding you, instead of trying to adjust yourself for other people's tolerance. Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about here. We've got a few cards coming out, and let's just see if that's it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll stop there. Miracles on the bottom of the deck again, same as yesterday. Under that, belief, transition, authority. These are some of the similar cards from under the deck yesterday. I want to just keep going further and further. Okay, wow, I'm getting a little bit. All right, if you can see all those, I'll call them out for you. I'll just let you see them so you know what I'm looking at. Miracle, belief transition. So a shifting in our self-belief and the belief that our heart-based truth is honoring the sacred truth and the divine is observing us and trusting us, and that everything is in good order. All of these things can help us to have faith in the moment, faith in the miracle. So we're shifting, our vibration is increasing. This one is my waveform that tells me about the increasing vibration. So this is a frequency shift into your own personal authority and nesting within the authority of the divine. You're listening to a divine channel here, and it's helping you to tap into your heart-based truth and to break through with crown chakra, then divine feminine remembrance. It's the interconnectivity with the cosmic flow, with our starseed roots, our celestial beingness, our I am consciousness, and remembering that we are the divine informed. And it's this cluing into our soul remembrance, previous past lives, concurrent lives, timeline, Akashic heritage. Empowering this sacred remembrance here is part of this enlightenment process. Once the vibration gets so elevated, you're able to connect to the multidimensional awareness, and that's the abundance and prosperity of spirit here. Cosmic flower, fertility and allowance. Yeah, that free-flowing space. All right, we'll stop there with those cards. So out on the desk here, we didn't go over those yet. We've got passion, throat chakra, Merkaba, heart, third eye, and alchemy. Not sure how this is going to show up for you. For me, it comes this way. I should have picked them up opposite. So speaking our truth is very expansive to the heart space. So some of us here may have been challenged or have felt like our truth has been suppressed, whether that's our own reluctance to speak our truth, our understanding our truer values, or our more sensitive, vulnerable spiritual interconnectivity. I think that we're imbuing our mundane lives and relationships and positions and platforms with a more expansive, impassioned truth that comes from the depth of the heart and soul. And it is also very intuitive, very instinctual. And that's part of this alchemical switch that's creating the miracle of self as we step forward here. So which deck do we want to get next? I'm hearing the archetype deck. Let's go ahead and move that way then. I have so many of my decks are such favorites. I wish that I had more recording time so that we could get a little bit from everything. We have the box coming out first. That is 44, master number 44, out of the box thinking. Feel like your voice box is something that we're talking about here. The light within the voice box. The enlightened gem. All right. What else? I feel like you're something was self-imposed about your resistance to speak or shine, to take this position or something, to believe in the self. Here we have a few more. The mother, agape, and the village. All right. So it looks like, yes, you've kept your passion out of your voice. It's like maybe you were being safe with your presentation here and trying to stay color within the lines, so to speak, but I feel like that doesn't really suit your personality. You're more cosmic, you're more transcendental, more impressionist, and more of an artist, whether it's with words, thought, deed. Your life is a dance. And I think that if people understood this more about you, they wouldn't expect it, but they would love this aspect of you. And others can sense things about you, and they want to give you this platform so that you can continue to influence something. So you're given this leadership position because someone else is acting through resonance with your truth, with the way that you speak, with the way that you stand up with integrity and justice. You're a defender and a protector, and you defend the vulnerability and the feminine aspects of other individuals. You use your passion with integrity and strong moral fiber. So with Mother Agape in the village, I do feel like it's a position of leadership within a group, this village coming through here as some type of possibly a soul tribe, a gathering, a semblance of people. Could be your job or a friend group or family group for some, but I think with community aspects, or that comes through the village. And with Agape, it's like that divine, unconditional, spontaneous, almost naive love that's evidenced in you. People feel safe and connected and nurtured in your energy. I think that more people, even when they know that you're not going to believe the same way as them, I think that they believe that you will handle them with integrity. You will consider opposing viewpoints. They have even a lot of respect for your capacity in this way. And it's, what is that saying, that it's the mark of, I don't know, something like a good person or a strong moral character and a great mind or something like that. When somebody can entertain a thought without being completely challenged or either dismissing or aligning with it immediately, when they can just kind of entertain things that are outside of the box, that are outside of your normal box. Your ability to challenge mind, body, spirit, and your ability to allow to let your passion speak for your resonance, to perhaps create a dialogue or a debate even with people, to challenge viewpoints and come out still shaking hands. And then next we then have the venom and the sustainer. I think that with the venom, that is part of the fear and I want to say the patriarchal views of a wounded society, so to speak, that's coming through the village as well. So we've got Agape on the one side, people really understanding that you are who you are, but then we've got these lower vibrational people that are going to be choosing their own way, and that's fine. But so with this venom, it's like maybe you have some concerns that something that you said or that you intend or believe in has challenged some situation or brought somebody to say something or to think toxic, or I think that you're infusing more of the potential toxic situation with the love and agape love of the mother, out of the box forgiveness of transgressions and so on, and acceptance and allowance for other people to be other than we are. And I think in this way, you're really sculpting this sustainer vibe here. Yeah, letting things kind of settle. And it looks like if you choose to step into this role or into your voice more fully, into this role more fully, it looks like you're able to help this group or community to sustain friendships. That's the continued building with each other. Under the deck, the tier. So, yeah, there's some type of perhaps sadness or reluctance or fear stepping forward about the state of things, I think, too. Like with the venom, it's like we can see our friends and neighbors arguing and fighting, and we can have our own strong opinions, and it's all kind of stepping forward at this time. But I think that we need to believe in miracles, because I think that with the sustainer card, it's like we are the creator, the co-creator of the miracles, because that comes straight over the alchemy card. You know, the sculptor and the alchemist, they both work with the resources of an abundant universe. We had prosperity below the deck. It was a little buried, but sometimes we have to really search through a situation or a loved one's intentions and look beyond the surface level. I think that that's what we're talking about here. But yeah, let's see. We had a couple cards coming out. The Karmic Trench, digging something out. Loving Elementals. This eternal child comes below the mother, interesting, and throat chakra, Merkaba. Yeah, you're breathing new life into a situation. You're nurturing either the group or the inner children of this group or something. You're helping to reveal the entrenched karma of routines, patterns, you're kind of, what is that? Smoothing the rough edges of this box or this position or this role that you've been playing here with. We've got this mother, child, parent, mentor, mentee type relationship here. And the things that you're speaking are helping other individuals to tap into their own inner child, the needs, the resources that they have to connect with the elementals and to believe that there's a new rebirth possible, to believe in abundant universe and so on. We've got 5 of Scrolls with diversity. I sense that this is also, I think more so individuals taking in what you bring to the table, taking in your viewpoints, perhaps your posts or your recommended reading list or something type of that. We've got all these books and this individual looking at this one scroll here. With 5 of Scrolls, that's 5 of Swords. There is a lot of conflict. There's a lot of differences, but we can agree to disagree. But I think that you're expanding other people's minds and opinions here, because that comes over Agape and Merkaba, which is the expanding energy field and divine love. Your nature and intention for divine love and unconditional love and acceptance, even if challenging, is helping other people to feel that. Because yeah, I understand how hard it is to forgive our enemies. I've got a bit of forgiveness yet to unpack myself. But I know that when I tap into the divine keeps informing us that that's the path that we have to walk, because we don't want to continue to invest in the karmic resentments, because that keeps on reinforcing the karmic cords between self and the karma. We want to resolve and to become better, not bitter. So lastly, we have Hilarion coming out there right over the heart chakra and the village. Hilarion is the scientist, the scholar, and the ascended master. He's also one of the twin flames, is he not? That came out yesterday in one of the readings. I don't know if that's something that somebody is following or not, but we see all these ancestors and who is it? Marie Curie? Is that who I'm trying to think of? I was hearing Marie Antoinette, but it's, I believe, Marie Curie, who was the Nobel Prize winner with the scientific. Anyways, it's very scholarly, scientific, perhaps even alchemical and chemical here. It can be health based, that type of information. But there's these, I'm stuck on the curry thing now. Anyways, there's all of these predecessors that have educated us within the village, and even thinking randomly in the moment of the Dr. Spock series, giving all this education that then later has been thrown out and something new takes its place. I feel like you're helping turn a page in that way. We're at the end of the video already. Oh, I love this. Wishes fulfilled. 5 of Keys is the 5 of Pentacles. Don't be distracted by appearances. You live in an abundant universe, and your wish fulfillment is on its way to you. So moving through and taking this challenging next step may put you in the spotlight in some way, but you're up to the challenge. It's an open door that is meant to be walked through. You're the person for the job, and you've been chosen by multiple people beyond the veil as well. King of Scrolls, there we have you, whether you're feminine or masculine, as this master of information. So we've got this abundant landscape, we've got the healthy boundaries with the good gates there, the beautiful sunrise. He's looking forward, and I think that he's got some plans that he's ready to bring in here to help alleviate some of the old karma that maybe this group or this situation has dealt with. And it looks like you're really helping to push through that. Underneath the deck, we have the Master Artisan, and you're going to be getting paid. I think that you're just now getting the beginning of it. So it's, again, humble beginnings. You might just get a couple little coins at first, but it seeds the basket, and then more is on its way to you now. So again, we have miracle, we have wishes fulfilled, and we have a lot of confirmations here that if you can allow things to settle and be confident, I think that you're going to be creating a huge shift, and this is a big level up for you. Confirmation that you're on the right track. All right. Enjoy the journey. Number 21, stay present and flexible. Many changes are occurring right now and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Don't get yourself worked up over that. Letting the dust settle here and staying present. Gliding through the currents. Yep, in that flow state. Just step through the portal and see where it leads you. This is a new adventure, and it's going to bring you into a little bit greater prominence, and in so doing, that attention is going to come with some rewards and some prosperity and some extra attention. So buckle up and prepare. It's time. It's time for you to rise. With a different approach, you'll glide through this situation with grace and ease. Go inward to your heart. Bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. So take good care of you, and check back later for more messages. Thanks, everybody.